Let's see if I get this just right. Okay. See this pecan tree sticking out the back of my head? Let me get it just right here. This is my impersonation of Hoople's cat's hair. I think I nailed it. Anyhow, this morning, Mossy 500A made a video. If you're not familiar with him, he's a really good guy. You should subscribe to him. I do not know how to put links on when I do videos with his phone. So just Mossy 500A. You'll find him. He'll probably comment on the video. He did a video this morning about homeless people. And there's nothing he said that I disagree with. I'm just going in a little different direction. He made me think of this. I am in Fresno County. And we have a real homeless problem. And a lot of these homeless camps and this kind of thing going on. And they're cracking down on it. I think they're actually doing pretty good to change it. But my complaint, stop calling them homeless. If you really want to change this, or you want to help these people, do not call them homeless. You need to be more specific. Someone says homeless, and you might think of this poor woman with a child living under a bridge who had an abusive husband and had to run away for her safety, and she's just all of a sudden she's homeless and living in this terrible situation. And most people would want to help her. Okay, I have no problem helping someone like that. Then again, if you say homeless, some people might think of the panhandler in front of the store who's just obnoxious and stinks and wants just rudely asking for money. We got some real winners here, and it's amazing they actually get anything. So when you're talking about homeless, people aren't sure who you're talking about. So if we actually want to change this or actually help somebody, we need to be more specific about who we're talking about. Here, these are not my numbers. This was numbers that they've publicized. 70% of the population here that is considered homeless embraces it. In other words, if you said, okay, listen, we have a program we're going to put you on, we'll get you into a shelter, let's help get you off the street, they want no part of it. They do not want the help. Okay? These are career dingbats. Okay? Now, there's a lot of people that are suffering from addictions, alcoholism, and they need help. You've got your a lot of mentally ill, a lot of people out there with dementia. I've seen this firsthand. These poor folks are helpless. They need help. But like I said, there's a large, and some of those still may not want the help. But there's a large group here that are able-bodied, okay? And this thing's working out for them, this homeless guy. Panhandling, asking for money, being a butthead. And it works for them. They're not taking help. But when you talk about homeless, they're in that group. So my theory is, if you want to help people, you go after that 30-35% that will accept the help. Okay? Painting all these people with the same brush, to me, is very ineffective. And you're actually doing more harm than good. So when someone says, well, we want to get a program to help some of these homeless, well, be specific about who you plan to help. Right now, they have a thing here because these camps were just getting out of hand. Fires and all kinds of stuff. But what they do here now is they'll go to a camp and they give an option. We'll take you to the rescue, we'll take you to the mission, we'll take you to the such and such agency. You know, we have tons of agencies for this stuff. There's plenty of help, plenty of government help. It's already paid for, it's already there. But they'll put them in, they'll connect them to the group or the thing that they need. Now they can decline this. They say, no, I don't want any help. Okay, then we're going to lock you up for 48 hours. And they do this, so they arrest them, but it doesn't go down as an arrest because they don't want to have a bunch of arrests on their thing if they try to straighten their, if they get on the straight and narrow down the road. You don't want these arrests. So what they do is they lock them up. After 48 hours, they let them back out. They go back to wherever their stuff is or whatever. They're there again, they arrest them again. So basically, they either have to, once they're hooked up with a camp, either have to keep moving or move on, move out of this town, or they have to accept the help of getting into a program, whether it's the rescue mission, the Catholic, whatever they do. They have to make a move that they're trying to better their life, get the help they need, the medical assistance or whatever, and get off the streets. Kind of a tough love program, but it works. It's just terrible here. And but if you really, if they could help those that 30% that'll take the help, I'm all for that. The other 70, they either got to straighten up, fly right, or get out of town. Some people say, well, that doesn't help. Too bad. If I could show you the people I'm talking about, you totally understand what I'm saying. We got some real turkeys here. And they're actually ruining businesses. Finally, the sheriff's department, the police department, the county board of supervisors, they're all acknowledging this, that, hey, these guys are shutting business now. They're parking out in front of your business, not letting people in. Hitting everybody for cash. And if I go to a place, there's certain parts of town I don't go anymore because the homeless are too many of these homeless people there hitting you up and all this kind of thing. I'm not going to do business over there, and those businesses take the heat for it. But like I said, they're actually turning it around here. But my big gripe when people talk about the homeless, and this is not a complaint towards Mossy 500, he wasn't doing this, but when people want, you have all these different subcultures of this homeless group, and they're not all to be dealt with the same way. They do not all have the same needs, and many do not want the help. Okay, so if you're going to have a focused effort of helping these people, go after those that are actually going to receive it. Mossy 500A did mention something about biblical, talking about the Good Samaritan. The Good Samaritan helped. A lot of people use this as a well, you need to help the helpless or help the homeless, and they use the Good Samaritan as a teaching aid for that. And that really wasn't anything about helping someone in that respect. What that was is the rabbis would not help the man because he was a Samaritan. Forget the fact that he needed help. He was a human being, but he was a Samaritan, so they walked around him. Whereas the other guy, the Good Samaritan, put all the labels aside, help the man. But this Samaritan that was, I'm pretty sure it was Samaritan, the man who was the victim, he wasn't a homeless guy. He was someone who was victimized, mugged, beaten, robbed. And he gladly took the help. Okay, it's a great story, but people say, well, this is why we help homeless people, because of the Good Samaritan. No, this guy was a victim. This guy was probably beaten up and robbed by a couple of panhandlers. So some people throw that at you like, yeah, we should be the good Sam, we should help people, but you help those that'll receive the help. You get my point. Anyhow, check out the Mossy 500A. Check out Hoople's cat hair. Very interesting. Anyhow, love you, God bless.